Let's bring in Ashley, who is Miss Morning Glory 2013. Here she comes. Blonde girl. There she is. Good morning,
Boots
Ashley.
up to the knees.
Oh, yeah. She's looking good. And she's one of the very few blonde Miss Morning Glories that we've had, Dieter. So, good morning, Ashley. How are you?
Good. These are kind of big.
Well,
So that's what she said.
Good one.
How old are you, Ashley?
I will be 24 in April, so I'm 23 now.
23. I like how Rob waits until the camera is on her and then runs across in front.
Every week.
Well, I have to make sure the microphone's in the right spot. Get yelled at for this, get yelled at for that. Just trying to
Have
do
you
my
ever
best.
thut you could do it from that side?
From the other side of her?
Right, so you don't have to run across the camera on RFG TV?
No
I mean, has that ever crossed your mind? That
no.
Instead of being on the opposite side where you then have to go all the way across the shot, why not just start on the side closest to the door?
Okay. All right, for next time.
I'm sorry. How old are you, Ashley?
23.
You're 23 years old, and I want people to, if you're listening on the radio, I want to sort of describe her. She has blonde hair. It's sort of wavy, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, down to the middle of your back, probably.
Mm-hmm.
What color eyes do you have? Blue eyes? Blue eyes. How tall are you?
I stand at a towering 5'2 3/4.
5'2 3/4. Rob, come in here. Tilt your microphone up a little bit, like towards your. Rob's all this time, and then there you. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yes, Rob, stay out of the studio because if you come in here, we'll screw something up. I wanted to come in here, but look, she did a good job. And what do you weigh?
108.
108.
Soaking wet.
So you're not. You're pretty. You're a small girl, tiny girl. And how did you find out about the Miss Morning Glory calendar?
Well, one of the photographers I've shot with before that actually shot a few other girls that were in it too, just told me about it and told me I should enter it. And I really didn't know much about it beforehand.
Yeah.
So he told me to do it, and then I entered it.
You entered it. You ended up winning. Are you the person? Douchey told me that one of the girls was complaining to her during the photo shoot or shortly thereafter or shortly there before and was saying, blondes never win Miss Morning Glory. Was that you?
No, but somebody did tell me that was in the calendar like 2 or 3 years ago. She was also blonde, and she was like, well, because that's when I knew, that was right after RoverFest, so that's when I knew that I was one of the 12, but I didn't know, whatever, if I won. And I was like, I don't know, I'm really excited, but I think I'm pretty much like the only blonde. There's like dirty blonde, but I'm like, I'm the only blonde. They're all brunette, and I'm pretty sure he's got a thing for brunettes. And the girl that was in it a couple years ago was like, well, it's cool that you're in the calendar, but blondes never win.
Blondes never win is what she told us.
So I was like, well, great.
So what did you do? After you won, did you go back to her and go, face on you, biatch?
Haven't seen her yet, but I'd like to.
Yeah, in her face.
Now, what do you do for a living, Ashley?
I manage a bar.
You manage a bar? No kidding.
In Akron.
Is it in Akron? And so how long have you been doing that?
Like 6 months now.
Yeah.
I just got offered it recently.
Are you from here? Are you from this area?
I'm from all over. Actually, I lived in Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania.
Do people come into your bar? Do they recognize you as Miss Morning Glory?
Yeah, that's what I was telling Rob, because, I was trying to think of, really cool, exciting things that happened to me because he made me feel uninteresting. Sorry, Rob.
So Rob has a way of making people uncomfortable.
Well, I mean,
doesn't
it's
he?
like,
Just
well,
when he
he's like,
starts
have you
talking.
skydived? Or, things like that. I'm like, well, gee, I don't really get out much, not recently, but I try. So then I was thinking,
Try living, and then you won't be so goddamn boring. Jesus Christ.
Rob, what a loser that guy is.
That kind of attitude that puts him
Right.
on edge.
We're gonna go ahead and turn his mic down.
Right? Yeah. Thank you.
He's on full-blown suicide watch out here. He's having a bad day for whatever reason.
Why is he having a bad day?
I don't know what is going on, but he's
mad because
I'm getting annoyed. Yes,
because I criticized him of doing his
No, you won a segment. That's fine, and I gave you the prep. It wasn't good. I just want to know what you would like differently. That's fine. I had no problem with that.
Well, come back to me in 30 minutes after I make her wildly interesting, and then the next girl that comes in, just ask all the same questions that I'm going to
That's
ask.
what I'm planning on doing.
Okay,
We'll compare and contrast.
Yeah,
Nobody's having a bad day. I went to go pee, and everybody said I'm on suicide watch and take my shoelaces out of my shoe so I don't hang myself. A little drastic.
I'm sorry. Now go ahead. So you were telling.
So people recognize me. Yeah, it's been funny. It's not even like a normal like, I mean, of course, it's a bar, so most likely these people are near drunk or are drunk. So it hasn't been like a normal, like, hey, you look really familiar. It's like, you know, a group of guys or a guy like orders like a round or something, and after I give it to him, you know, and I ask them, you know, I tell them their bill or something, they're like, okay, Miss Morning Glory.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And I'm like, they're like, yeah, I know who you are. And I'm
Have
like,
you ever had anyone say that they've masturbated to you yet?
yeah, I get some
You
people
do-
that are
really?
like, yeah, there's actually like,
Takes balls to
Yeah,
say
that
that.
does.
no, like
Honey, I just cranked one out to your picture last night.
Yeah.
I went to take one of the prizes to the bank, if you know what I mean. And the guy that was like the manager or the regional branch manager or something, like, came out, was like, oh my God, you're kidding. I listen to this show every day. I'm like, you know, in sweatpants, I'm just trying to, you know,
Yeah.
do some errands. And I'm like, oh, really? And he's like, come to my office, tell me about everything. I'm like, oh, geez. I'm like,
He didn't tell you that he cranked one out, did he?
no, he was like, well, he's like a bank manager, and he's like, you got to bring me back a calendar, though. You're really going to bring me one there, right? I'm like, you know, I was only given a few, but you can go on the website and, you know, get one. And he's like, oh, but no, you got to get one, and you got to sign it for me. I'm like, all right, buddy, I signed about 300 extra, you know, past the hours that we did it. So you can still get autograph one. And he was like, I'm going to hang it up in the bank. I'm going to hang it in my office. Is that weird? I'm like, a little bit.
Nah,
Just a little
he probably has been cranking it out ever since then. Have you when you were at RoverFest and there's I don't know how many 100 girls or
Oh
more
my gosh,
over
that
there.
was quite the experience.
Were you is that nervous for girls to get up there and go out there and do
Well,
that?
I mean, it wasn't so much for me, but I mean, do you remember what happened to me? Like, okay, so
No, I don't remember what happened to you. What happened to
that
you?
hurts my feelings. So you know, we got on the boat, having a good time on the good time, and I didn't know what to expect because again, like so many people told me different things, so I didn't know if it was going to be like a conveyor belt of like 100 girls or like 200 girls.
Mhm.
We just get on this boat and you just see like, you know, girls of all different shapes and sizes in all different kinds of lingerie. I mean, I think there was like a 45-year-old woman too.
Oh yes, there's
that had-
probably a 300-pound woman in there too.
That had like, I want to call it like a body condom with like slits. Like that was
I
like the
remember her.
outfit. Yeah, she was like lime green or something.
Mhm.
I mean, no offense to her, looking good for your age. But so I get on the boat and like I've been in that kind of like setting before. Like it's like a, you know, pageant-y or like behind the stage kind of thing where everybody's running around and they're like, oh my God, your hair looks really good. Can you help me my hair look that? Or can I use this? Can I borrow that? And it's just like a lot. So I went over to the other side of the boat where the bar was, and I was like talking to the bartenders. I mean, I had Red Bull.
Mhm.
And then I met like the captain of the boat, and he like offered me a bartending job and all this stuff. So I was having a good time over there. And they're all like laughing with me, and they're all like, well, we sure hope you win, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like fooling around with like the security guards because I didn't really know what to do with myself because
Yeah.
like, I guess I was kind of already ready. So I didn't need to like, you know, move around my boobs and like touch up and all that stuff that the girls were doing. And it was like a lot going on over there. And then at one point I felt like the whole boat lift up and I thought it was time to go. And I like ran out and the security guard was like, oh no, they all just went to smoke. And I'm like, there's about like 60 of them out there. But when the whole time we were on the boat, I had like my little beach cover up. Like I had like a black sheer dress over my bathing suit.
Right,
you know?
because you don't want to walk around just naked the whole
Right.
time.
I mean, not that I'm like shy or anything. I mean, obviously it was a bikini contest. I knew what was, you know, going on. But at
Right.
the same time, I didn't want to show these girls what I was working with. Number
Yeah.
one, and number
right.
two, you know, right.
That's good. You don't want to. Yeah.
I didn't want to reveal it. And I mean, I'm a little modest, so I just, you know, whatever. And plus, it was nice out, but it wasn't that nice out to be walking around in a body condom. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna wear a sheer, whatever, wrap. So my thing was gonna be when I went on stage was, I was just gonna like take that off and like, you know, reveal my bathing suit, then walk down. But you'll probably remember this once I tell you. So then, as I went to like cross my arms and like pick up my wrap, I accidentally grabbed the strings on my right side to my suit. So by the time I had it over my head, everybody got real quiet. And then they're like, yeah. And I was like, wow, that's like a better response than I thought I'd get. And then I'm like looking down and like, you guys definitely saw there's the pictures on there too. You guys definitely saw one of my butt cheeks. But in the front, it was just like just over like the danger line. Like you didn't see it.
I do remember
yeah,
that.
they,
Right.
like-
She's basically undressing right there on the stage.
Right,
by
yeah.
accident. Right.
There.
Like her
Where's the
whole bottoms are coming off.
Where's the problem?
Right.
I mean,
Wow.
So they like half fell off. So I'm like, keep it together. So I just grabbed like the strings because I clearly didn't have time to sit there and, you know, lace it up again. So I just grabbed it really quick and then I just like walked down the little runway. I was like, you know.
Now, is it weird to be in front of all those thousands of people who are screaming?
Well,
and-
that's another thing too. I had no idea there was gonna be that many people there. Like I really didn't know that it was like a concert. Also, I thought it was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a smaller setting. Like I had no idea that like Theory of a Dead Man was gonna be there and live, which is really awesome. But
What, do you live under a rock or something?
I don't
Ashley?
know.
I'm just,
like
yeah.
I didn't know. I was told like 1,000 different things. I didn't know what to expect. But I was like, holy, whatever. When I was behind the stage, which Frank Caliendo was like back there too, and I'm
Right.
like, none of these girls knew who. I mean, whatever. Not maybe that they wouldn't, but I'm like standing in line. I'm like, oh, get out of town. I'm like, hey Frank, what's up? And he's like, he was not very friendly. He was just like,
Did he try to hit on you or touch you?
no, he was
Well,
like,
his wife was there. He's probably
no, she wasn't around.
Oh,
but I
wow.
got to that. But no, he wasn't very like talkative. I was like,
He's
man.
kind of shy.
Yeah,
Frank is
yeah.
a little bit shy until you
Okay.
get to
I don't know
know
if it was
him.
that, if it was more like
And
that.
he's intimidated by, beauty, I think. And
Well, I
he's-
mean, there's a lot of us there, so it's not like just me did it itself.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, I loved you on like Mad TV and your Bush impersonation stuff, and he was just like,
Do-
I'm like, okay.
I believe that we have. Let me see if I can pull up. Here is a picture
Oh,
of
there
her
it is. See?
with her
Oh,
bathing
gosh.
suit coming off. This
Oh,
is a
wow.
picture at RoverFest. You see that, Dieter?
Now I
Can you go
remember
ahead
that.
and John Madden that and like circle right in the area and
Yeah,
be like, what we
look-
have going on here?
Look at that. That's good. That's good stuff. Where her.
See, that's another thing too. Okay, because I thought I was going to be on like a conveyor belt. I'm like, I got to do something to stand out. So I did my hair in like a cool little, like pony hawk. And then again, my like rap reveal was going to be my thing.
Yeah,
and then
here's-
it fell.
Here's a picture. Here's a picture. Anthony, you can pull it up from mine. Here's a picture of her in that sheer black thing
Yeah,
that she
there
was
it is.
wearing. Yeah, and then
See, so that wasn't that bad.
then she went to this.
That's
right?
after I grabbed it and was like just trying to run with it.
Were guys like clawing at you as you were walking down the runway? Did you like see any guys like, ugh?
Yeah, I saw some people like raising drinks and stuff too, and like raising their arms and stuff. But it was right when I like realized that my bottoms were like hanging that like I actually saw people's faces and they're like, and they got really excited. So that's when I was like, in my head, I'm like, I mean, what's going on? That's when I knew.
So
like, look,
you have so you had a little bit of a slip there.
a little bit of.
Can
look.
I don't know if I should say this or not.
Well, you already. Oh, if you,
Just
now you gotta
say
say
it.
it.
Just
slip.
say
Did she trip on a heel?
Have you guys noticed anything odd about this year's calendar?
Oh yeah, the front cover.
Oh, you've noticed this? I haven't
You
mentioned
kidding
it.
me?
Is
I
it-
dissected every inch
Is
of
there
that
a nip
calendar.
slip? Nuh-uh.
Second look at the
it's
calendar.
It's yes. If you
Really?
bring me a calendar.
Show me.
Wait, you didn't even see this?
Rob,
Your own picture?
you
Is
didn't-
it the front or is it the inside?
Here. Take a
Oh,
look.
why? Doozy's all mad.
Get
You
outta here,
can't help
Doozy.
but no, you
No
can't.
way.
Get out of here,
No
Doozy.
way.
Take a look at the cover of the calendar there and tell me what you see.
Oh no!
You didn't see that?
This
Every
No,
guy's
it's like-
noticed that.
No,
Look.
it's like a shadow though. So it's
No, that's a
There ain't no
nipple.
shadows,
Because
sister.
I'm drooling, so it's a nipple.
Listen,
Looking good.
I will tell you something that we go. Here's how we put together the Miss Morning Glory calendar. We go through every month, and what I do is I take all the pictures. There's probably 1,000 pictures that we go through, and I pick 3 pictures for each girl. I then give them to Brandon, the graphics guy, and then I tell him, okay, this is going to be Miss January. I don't know. I don't even know who's going to be Miss Morning Glory until I just decide, like the day before we have to wrap up the calendar.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
'cause
no.
I thought like January, like because like, if you're the cover, you just flow right into the winter. I didn't know.
In fact, you're
Oh.
actually the first Miss Morning Glory that's been January. It just sort of
Oh.
goes in whatever order I feel like. And so then I look at all the pictures and I
You
go,
picked
all right,
these pictures. You picked all
I
these.
picked these pictures, yes. But you don't like these pictures?
Yeah, the one in the front's good, but this
Yeah,
this one's
yeah.
kind of weird to
Every
me.
girl always complains about their
Exactly, I'm a
pictures.
girl, so I'm
Which
fine.
one's weird to you?
This one, my body is like weird. I don't know. It was a weird pose.
The one on the rocks.
Oh, this look.
No, not the giant one. Like this.
Yeah.
this
Here,
one.
Oh, yeah,
let
you're
me
leaning
pull
against
it.
a rock.
This one, she's talking about this one here, the bottom right, the small one, where she's leaning
I'm
up.
like kicking out my foot. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's just look at the curve of your ass. No one's looking at
Oh.
your foot, honey.
Oh,
you gotta
I
think
see.
think with a
see.
penis, okay?
I see your reasoning.
But so last minute I picked a girl, and then I have to go back after I decide. I pick who's going to be Miss Morning
so
Glory
you see like
based
the
on
layout of it.
yeah, based on whatever girl I think looks the best, and then we have to go back and find a cover shot. So normally my 3 favorite pictures I've already picked for the girl. So then you have to go back and find one for the cover. So he does the cover up, and these each month is meticulously. I mean, we really pay attention, making sure that nipples are not showing, that hair is covering nipples, that all that kind of stuff. I mean, we really go
I mean,
super
we
zoomed
did that
in
when
and
we
everything.
were posing and shooting it too. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like,
So we get the cover of the calendar. I give it to him. I didn't notice for like 2 days until I look at it and I go, oh my God, there's a nip on the front of the on the cover
Oh, so
of
it wasn't
the
even
calendar.
intentional.
No, it wasn't intentional at
Oh,
all.
I thought you did that because it's a great shot and there's
No,
nipple in it.
no,
You want to
no.
push it as far as you can.
No.
Oh, well, good
Is
job.
that-
Listen,
anyway.
it sells itself,
Is that
okay?
what you were saying? Oh, is that what you saw right off the bat? Because
Yeah, and you dumped me?
yes,
Why'd you
oh,
dump me?
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
The first time I got the calendar, the first thing I see, I go, oh, wow, we really pushed it this year. I've never seen this in a picture.
No
and then you
way.
dump me, and I'm like, why is he dumping me? What did I say wrong?
No. The reason why that's a long story of why you were dumped, but
Yeah, it was because of that. I immediately saw that.
But
I go,
no,
oh, yeah.
that now I know what you were getting at. No, at that point I hadn't even seen this nipple.
Oh, so I was the first guy to
you
ever
were the
see
first
it.
person to see the nipple.
Oh,
yes,
man.
I didn't. Wow, that's crazy.
Some of these I don't understand though. It's like their nips may have been covered up, or they just don't have them because the way like some of them are maybe like edited, completely gone. Like where's hers?
Which one?
Well, the hair.
The hair's
behind-
covering
But
those
no,
nips.
because like it would be in the middle, and it's
No,
kind of
she had a
open in the
boob.
middle.
She had a boob job. Her nips were pointing in different directions.
directions, okay.
That's right. So, Ashley is here. She's Miss January in the 2013 Miss Morning Glory calendar, and you can see what she looks like in January at RoverRadio.com. You can see her spread right now, or just watch on RMGTV at RoverRadio.com. Let's see. What else do I want to know about you? Now you're blonde. You're one of the few blonde Miss Morning Glories. Do people think that you're dumb because you're blonde?
No, I mean I have my moments, but I wouldn't call it like blonde moments. It's just me being like clumsy or
But
dumb.
do people perceive you as being dumb? I mean, guys, it's sort of the stereotype. Guys think blondes are dumb.
Sometimes, and most likely, it's just d-bags. It's not like the usual. Like a lot of guys don't assume it, but
You're not dumb, are you?
no, I'm not dumb.
Who's the vice president of the United States?
Joe Biden.
Look at this.
She's quick, too, with
She knew
it.
that right off the bat.
Can
I
I,
didn't know
phone a
that.
friend?
What?
Okay, let's not take this too far.
No. What state did the school shooting, the Sandy Hook Elementary school shooting that just happened a few weeks ago, what state did that happen in?
Connecticut.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Wow. Look, she's
2 for 2.
She's 2 for 2. All right, she passes my test. I
Okay,
mean,
cool,
look,
that's
yeah. As long as she knows those,
Yeah.
who cares? She's
Just don't ask me history dates. That class, I didn't really pay attention to.
Did you go? Were you good in school?
Yeah, I was good in school. I mean, and I did good in that class too, but I don't retain like that memory because it's not interesting to me. I know that sounds really bad, but like I didn't, what I mean? I don't like keep that in there in my brain
What
that long.
year did World War
Nope.
II end?
Nope, see, can't do that.
Well, you should know. Everyone knows that, right?
No.
You don't know that.
Is it
The music.
18 something?
Yes.
Okay.
Go with your gut. They always say go with your gut, your first inkling.
Is it 1860 something?
Wow, she got it.
Really?
Good job.
Wow.
First guess.
Wow, I really surprised myself there. Woo! Okay, am I sweating?
Now, you did good. Every girl does well in school. Girls
love school.
Oh my
Just
god, they're
books
such kiss
and
asses with
tests.
their teachers and everything.
Well,
They
I
love
mean, I did
going
do
there.
well, but I was also more of a social butterfly.
Did
Best dressed
Did you
senior
ever
year.
sleep with any teachers?
No, but that was going on in my high school. not
was
gonna
it
lie.
really?
Yeah.
How'd you find out about that?
I mean, everybody knew it's high school.
Who was sleeping with? I mean, don't give me names because that would be a serious
It was
accusation.
it was pretty
but
scandalous because it was like,
did it ever get in the news or anything? Or
oh
was
yeah,
it,
oh yeah,
it did?
because the teacher's dad was actually like the superintendent of like the school board, so like he had to resign, and the teacher was like investigated, and like the cops came.
So it was
in.
a male teacher.
And a freshman girl, and not only was it like, I mean, because I know like girls are being brought up, nowadays where they look like almost like 6-10 years older, but
Right.
this girl had like braces and like frizzed out curly hair. Like she looked. I mean, she looked.
That was probably his thing.
Well,
Yeah.
kudos to him, but she looked very young, and so but he
Now,
wasn't.
did anyone know? Did you know before this investigation and the cops and all that kind of stuff?
No, because like I mean, he was kind of like a weirdo, like so I wouldn't assume he was getting any to begin with, but I mean.
Now, did older guys hit on you when you were a teenager and stuff?
Not really. I mean,
No?
I'm gonna say I didn't bloom till about like maybe like senior year.
Oh, really?
So,
Were you
yeah.
kind of an ugly duckling sort of girl?
No, I was just like, it's weird. You wouldn't believe it, but I was kind of like a tomboy. Like I'm a first degree black belt in Tang Sudo.
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
So
Really?
Yeah. Well, here's how that story came about. Because my mom is she's had a few marriages here and there, and my like resource officer like for my high school was the officer and a martial arts instructor.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I was doing like dance and cheerleading and stuff at the time, but my mom was like, oh, you should do karate. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not worried about getting beat up. I'm a cool kid. And she was
Right.
like, you should do karate because she liked the
She
instructor.
wanted to, right.
Yeah. So every time we had like tournaments and stuff, guess who volunteered to be the parent chaperone? My mom. So 5 years later, I have a black belt and she has her third husband. So
Isn't it interesting how this seems pretty interesting to me? Rob touched upon none of this in his
I know.
pre-interview.
I know, but see, I'm not
She
interested.
didn't tell me, so.
You're
Well,
not
that's
asking
why
that.
you have to. Yeah, this guy.
Dig a little deeper.
Well, first of all, I don't believe her. I'm actually a
Really?
second-degree black belt in Tang
I
Sudo,
don't.
and I could kick her ass.
This will be
That's
a
not true.
Rover. This is a perfect match. Same height, same weight,
That's
same
not true.
degree of black belt.
let me further deliberate. Okay, so you know how like when you have tournaments, just like wrestling, they take down all your measurements and all that stuff.
Right.
I was 12 years old, 80 pounds, shocker, and I broke a stack of 3 boards laying on bricks with a hammer fist when I was 12 years old.
Can you do that, Rob?
I could break 8. I mean, come on,
Yeah,
3.
right.
That's
Don't-
amateur
don't
hour.
Also,
break
too.
easily.
That's yellow belt
No.
material is 3
Oh,
boards. You learn how to do
please.
that in an orange belt with 1 white stripe.
Please.
I would love to watch Rob get his ass kicked
Yes.
by Miss Morning Glory.
I
How
would for sure throw
humiliating
down.
would that be?
And then also too, so when I would do tournaments, whoever, no matter what age they are, as long as they're in your belt bracket, you have to rather compete with them. So I had a spar with like a 35-year-old mom because she was a red belt and I was red belt too at the time. I felt bad, but I also won and took
You
home
beat
first
her.
place
Oh,
and a
wow.
trophy and a medal for that. Yeah.
So you're one badass bitch, is what you're.
yeah, I'm a
is
little
what you're telling me.
firecracker, a little secret.
So what
weapon.
happened? Your parents are divorced or what? Or
No,
were they
they're
ever
still together.
married?
She's still with the martial arts guy, but that is like, so that's like what I was transitioning into in
But
high
that's
school.
not your dad, though. That's not.
No.
What happened to your
No.
dad?
Oh gosh, that's a whole other story. I mean, that could take like
Well,
I have
let's-
enough like my life story is like a cheesy Lifetime movie. Like I have enough drama for like a 7-series sitcom.
Why? What
literally.
happened to your father?
Let's see. The short version. So my mom has 4 kids, 3 dads. And growing up, we're all 5 years apart, but me and my older sister were like, closest growing up because then my little sister was, I don't know, we were like, she was 10, I was 5, so my little sister was a baby, so, I palled around with her everywhere we went. Fast forward to like junior high, and the dad that I grew up with, that is my last name. Actually, I had my mom's maiden name till 2nd grade. So my mom had my older sister.
This is getting way confusing.
I know. Okay, wait. So I'm trying to map it out for
Give
you.
me
Okay.
the nutshell version of
Okay,
this
fine.
story.
My
Dumb
mom,
story.
my mom had my older sister, and her dad, like they were like engaged, but it didn't work out.
Right.
So that was like whatever, dunzo. Then she met the next guy. So at this point, she also met
That's your dad?
my dad, and they were cool and they were engaged, but she found out that he smoked weed, so she didn't like that, so she broke up with him for
So
that.
she broke up with him over
Supposedly,
weed.
allegedly,
That's what she says.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah, right. It's
right.
probably
She,
more than
she
that.
always
but-
plays the victim. So then she dumped him. So at this point, she's got 2 kids, and 2 dads out. So then she meets dad number 3. That's where my last name comes from. She married him, had 2 more kids with him. That's my little brother, my little sister. They got divorced when I was in junior high, and I didn't know any of this like dad saga, nor did my older sister. In the meantime, like we didn't know about our previous dads. We were so young.
Right.
We thought that the guy she divorced when I was in junior high was our dad our whole lives, which he's not that great. So it was like kind of nice to find out he wasn't. But so when, he pulled us aside, me and my older sister, and was like, just want to let you know, we're getting divorced. And we're like, yeah, we know that already. Obviously, no kidding. And he was like, by the way, I'm neither one of your biological fathers.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can imagine that was a lot.
So you must have all sorts of daddy issues then, huh?
No. I mean, I'm used to not a dad not being there. So it's fine. I mean,
Are you dating like a 40-year-old right now or anything?
No, but I have dated people that are like 9 to 10 years older than me.
Yeah, because you have daddy issues.
Just
yeah.
because
headphones just came
headphone
off.
issue.
That's all right.
Just because I don't know, I don't like typical guys my age these days. I don't know. I like an older, mature thing. So it's not a daddy thing because
I think that it might be.
No,
How
no.
old were you when you first gave it up?
18, and I was
Oh,
in a
really? That
3-year
is pretty
relationship.
late.
Yeah, I didn't have like my first drink till I was like 21 too.
Did-
I mean, I tried like Natty Light in college, but I didn't like it, or I wasn't.
When they had lights at the best.
I know, and I tried
It's
Bud Light,
cheap.
but I wasn't like intrigued to like try more or keep drinking. So then, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. My 21st birthday, I was in a sorority, so they did not let that go down easy. So that day they come in, with a book of like their expected shot list that you're gonna do. So Needless to say, 33 shots later, I woke up in the hospital next to
What?
my ex-boyfriend.
What?
You did wake up in the hospital?
Yes.
How would Rob not get this out? That's a basic. Have you ever been, in a hospital? And
Right.
Major injuries.
Well, I mean, like,
Right,
he was
that's
asking
terrible.
me, he was asking me if I've been arrested and stuff. I was like, well, no, haven't done any of that stuff, but I did while out when I was 21.
Did they pump your stomach then?
No, because, okay, so this is my system. I knew what was to come. I knew that, like, going out with sorority girls and all that jazz, this is downtown Kent. I knew what I was in for. So my plan was, like, I was drinking a lot of water. I wasn't drinking drinks. I was just doing shots. But every single bar...
I was just doing shots.
33 of
Yeah,
them.
just drinking shots and water.
I had
I'll
a couple
be good.
Chardonnays.
Right.
I
Yeah.
had a couple Chardonnays.
Yeah.
Love it. No, but every single bar in Kent, like, they all have their, like, signature birthday shot that they usually give to you for free. But they're not ever good because if they're getting... something to you for free, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
So I was doing like the signature shot amongst like, and that was another thing too. I was new to that whole shot world, so I had no idea what I did and what I didn't like. And my girlfriends they're ordering the most cheesiest cliche things like buttery nipples and gross like heavy shots like cement mixers, lime
that's
juice.
no
And it's
good,
just
yeah.
gross. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but my thing was I was drinking like glasses of water after every shot and like I felt fine. Then I also thought maybe after every 10th shot I'd go throw up because I thought it'd be like starting over again, not thinking that it goes in your system. So I was on and I was keeping track of everything because if somebody bought me a shot, they'd sign up their name and what they got me. It was like what a little fun thing. And we were bar crawling. So I was on like my 4th bar and I was on like 23rd, 24th shot. I felt fine. Like
I'm surprised that wouldn't kill you.
No,
I mean,
no,
I find this hard to believe.
I know.
20,
I swear, I was doing okay, and I wasn't even embarrassing yet. And then, I was meeting more people at every single bar, and my friends are like, "Have you started drinking yet? Like, can I get you something?" I'm like, "Have I started? Look at my list. Like, I'm doing pretty good." And they're like, "There's no way." I'm like, "I swear." And then it was just like, 25, 26, boom, light switch, and I was embarrassing, like. But
did you puke right there at the bar? Or?
no, I never threw up. I mean, I made myself throw up twice earlier because I thought that was like a good system.
Right.
But I didn't throw up anymore because I had a decent amount of water in me, but I wasn't like sick.
And what did your parents do? What did your mom do when they took you to the hospital?
Well,
and
when
had
I
to pump
woke
your
up,
stuff?
like the first thing I saw was my ex-boyfriend. So I was like, oh, geez, that's
Yeah.
that's nice. And then the second thing I was
he
like,
had already gotten his, right?
no. Well,
Yeah.
apparently,
Did he
like,
play football for Steubenville High School or whatever?
Oh, wow.
no, but apparently the only number I knew at the time when I was wasted was his, which is okay because, I mean, at least he took care of me. My girlfriends, left me at the bar because they were probably wasted or they ventured off, which is
Yeah.
nice. Sorority girls till we die. And, but, so the first thing I thought of was, I'm looking at you. And then number 2, I'm like, do I have both my arms and my legs? That's all I care about. And he was like, yeah, but you're not looking too hot, not gonna lie. And then I was like, man, do I have my phone? Do I have my clutch? I need to call my mom. And my mom knew, like, I don't, drink like that usually. So she wasn't even mad, but she was just like, you're coming home for like the weekend and you're detoxing and we're going to talk about this. And I'm like, oh, geez.
What does your mom think about you, like doing the calendar and stuff? You're posing nude. I know you tried out for Playboy.
Yeah. So, I mean, she knows, like, I've done modeling for like 4 years now. So it's not new to her. I don't give her the tidbit, explicit details of every single shoot I do. I don't say like, whatever, hey mom, I just shooting like, next to nothing lingerie, all that stuff. I just say like, oh, I had to shoot today, it went well, blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell her what it gets used for or something like that. Well, I told her I won the calendar and everything and she was excited and stuff, but I assumed she'd never see it.
Yeah.
And then somebody started a Facebook the other day. My mom just is now on Facebook. And she called me and was like, Ashley, like, you're half naked and you can see this. So I'm like, you can't see anything. I'm like, it's almost, well, apparently now I know that.
Apparently now you can't see a nipple, right?
I take that back. But I was like, no, it's next to nothing. I'm like, it's tasteful. And then she looks at the rest of them and she's like, there's a girl straddling a wooden beam. And I'm like,
That's a hot shot.
I'm like, at least it's not me. And then I'm like, she's also a stripper. So I'm like, yeah, she gave me the 3rd degree about it too. But
now, what do you plan to do with you? You say you've been modeling for 4 years. Every girl wants to be a model for some
the
reason.
dream job.
I don't know what's so great about modeling.
I
To
don't
me, that
either.
would suck. You're standing around waiting for people to take pictures all day. It's
Half
cold. You're half
naked.
But
naked.
it's not hard work. You don't have to learn anything.
I guess, yeah. You just look good. You
Look
don't have
good.
to,
It's
to use your brain at
right.
all.
Who
You
wants
just-
to do that?
well, I mean, every girl likes to get dressed up and, take pictures and feel like important or pretty.
Attention.
Right, exactly.
So
And
what do you
also-
want to do with yourself? Yeah, I mean, so you like this modeling stuff.
Right. Well, it started off as a hobby. Like, it wasn't, like I said, I stand at a towering 5'2" 3/4". So I'm no Tyra Banks, but, it started off as a hobby. People just kept telling me I should get into it. And I was like, okay. So then it was just start off as, being something fun for me to do because it makes me happy and it's fun. And then I started getting paid for it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll do this a little more. Then I started, doing contests and stuff. Like, I won a trip to Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And I was on TRL like freshman year at Kent. Like,
Oh, wow.
which that actually makes me feel old. I know I'm not, but that makes me feel old because TRL's gone. So yeah, it started like kind of paying off and making it feel like it was more worthwhile. Like, granted, I'll take it as far as it will have me, but at the same time, like, I'm pretty realistic with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know I probably have a better shot at being hand modeled than I do, being a Victoria's Secret. Like,
Now, what do you want to do, like, when you're older? Like, let's talk about 10, 15 years from now. What's Ashley doing?
well, I went to school for hospitality management, so I'm in that field, but I wanted to kind of get into like event planning. Like, in a perfect world, I would be living in like New York and maybe like planning like Donald Trump's breakfast or something. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Because that kind of like organized chaos, like busyness, is fun to me. So I'm not too far from it. I'm being a manager of a bar. I plan the events and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, the bar business is like, it can be tiring. It can take its toll. And I wouldn't maybe eventually owning my own place would be nice. I don't want to always have to be working super late. But there's that. I could always like swing that way. Maybe potentially own my own place one day, or I could always go towards like a hotel and like build my way up to being their party planner and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like also in a perfect world, like if I wanted to dream big, maybe I'd move to California. And
You moved to California
be
and
some kind of a big dish there.
something
Yeah.
there is what
Modeling
you'd like to do.
something. I don't know.
Now, you say in this video that's up at roverradio.com that you are not, you say that you're nothing like 50 Shades of Grey. Does that mean that you're not kinky at all in the bedroom?
No, have you actually read that book? Like,
No,
which
okay. What guys read that? It's garbage.
No, see, I feel like maybe some guys have because there's so much hype about it. So you got to know a little bit. I've actually
Believe
read
me,
it.
anything that's in that book, I'm kinkier than that book, so I don't need to read it.
No way.
Oh,
Really? That's
way.
pretty out there. I read 2 of the books out of the 3, but it was like the first one was really good. The second one was just kind of it gets repetitive. So it's like, okay, I can assume in about 2 pages he's gonna bend her over and do something weird. Like, so it gets pretty like predictable. But the first book, you're just like, I feel so naughty reading this. So it's cool. Then the second book, you're like, okay, whatever. I
Don't you
get it.
feel like it's a fantasy if you're reading this 2 books that you really want to do this
No,
stuff?
because like I didn't read it because I like knew what it was about and I was into that. I read it because of the hype and I kind of knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know how like it gets into it. I didn't know how bad it was. Like, I didn't know.
Were you grossed out?
Some things, yeah. Like, I mean,
What? What are they?
Yeah, what grossed you out in 50
Like,
Shades of Grey?
oh man, this is gross. So he had like a string of like anal beads, and the
Yeah.
thing was that like because she's like his submissive and he's all dominant and all that
Yeah.
jazz. Like, she basically wears a dog collar and speaks
Yeah.
when he says speak. But he would have her walk around the house with the anal beads still in and like make him food and stuff, then just come up to her and be like bloop, and pull him out. Like,
That's in the book?
yes, and that's disgusting to me. Like, so
Now,
stuff like that is
Are you?
like,
Would you now?
no, I would not be into that.
No. I'm saying, what about backdoor action? Do you let your
No.
boyfriends knock on the
Accidentally.
back door? You don't do that.
Accidentally, no.
So how kinky would you say you're? Well, like, what kind of stuff are you into then? And what do you?
I
like?
mean, I would say like not like not too crazy stuff. Like,
you like the guy to be rough with you at all? or-
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. I don't mind like, if you want to be playful and do like, dress up or what's that called, role play
Yeah.
or like handcuffs and
Have
stuff
you
like
ever
that.
done any role playing?
No, I never had anybody like exciting enough
No.
to try that with me. Yeah, or it's more like it's weird. You would think like somebody you're in a serious relationship with, you're more comfortable to do that, but those are the ones that like don't want to do it with me. So it's more like, one of those fun nights, or
Yeah.
one of those
Oh, one of the one night
one-nighters.
stands.
One of those things.
How many of
yeah.
those? How many one night stands have you had?
I've never. Okay, that's what I was telling Duja. I've never had like a hi, I met you today, I slept with you tonight. I've always like anybody I've ever slept with, I've rather been talking to. Like, we're kind of casually dating, but we don't wind up working out, so maybe we just banged
Yeah.
a few times. Or it's like, like I said, I didn't lose my V card till 18, and I was in like my first love, my first 3-year relationship. So it wasn't until I wasn't really like released on the market till college, which is like
No, perfect timing.
right. So
So you slutted it up basically.
well,
in
I mean,
college.
like I said, I was in a sorority, so the only people I really knew and was around all the time was frat guys, which
Yeah.
are not breadwinners. But I'm around these people all the time, and I knew them for the whole duration of being at school. So it was like I can name them all. I could still talk to them all. There's no so it was never like
What's the quickest that you met a guy and then
slept with them.
Yeah.
maybe like a month.
A month? You make a guy wait? You never like went out, met a guy, great chemistry, everything's sitting off, and he just takes you home.
Because the thing is with me, like, and this sounds really girlish and gay, but it's true. Like, I can't like muster up like enough desire to do anything with you if I don't like have at least some kind of feelings for you. You know what I mean? Like, if I don't at least know like if like I like to play 20 questions with people, like, you know, and just like the gist of you, like know a little bit about you. If I don't know like something, you know, where you're from or like some of your hobbies, I'm like, I'm not like, it doesn't matter how hot you are.
You're not attracted.
Right.
To
I'm not like, you know, like motivated enough to just be like, okay, forget
See, that's the exact opposite of guys. Like, for instance, we could look at you. You could be a mute, and we could still be attracted to you and sleep with you after meeting you 3 minutes ago, right?
Right. We're not going to wait a month.
No.
I mean, that's not that bad, though.
A month is a long time. Think about
that is a long time.
I got to at least be like familiar with you and like, you know, check you out, run your background check, things like that.
Oh, wow. Have you done that before on a guy?
No, but my stepdad has because he's a cop.
Oh,
That's the martial artist. Yeah. There's, I mean, like high school or like junior high, the relationships when they don't count. You know, actually one time, this kid I was talking to, he was like a little, whatever, he's a little punk. But my stepdad came home and was like, Ashley, you going out with that DJ kid? I'm like, his name's DJ. I'm like, yeah, maybe. He's like, not anymore. I'm like, why? He's like, I just picked him up in my car there. He was trespassing on something. And I'm like, okay, understand. Like, so yeah, he would background
Now, what
check
kind of
people.
guys are you into normally, Ashley? Miss Morning Glory is here, by the way. Her name is Ashley. She happens to be Miss January in the 2013 Miss Morning Glory calendar. You can watch on RMGTV at roverradio.com. You can see the entire month of January at roverradio.com, the picture that is in the calendar. And, of course, you can order the calendar as well, and you'll get it in just, I don't know, a few days, as a matter of fact, if you pick up the 2013 Miss Morning Glory calendar. She's on the cover of it. What kind of guys are you normally into?
Well, I like to say I have a type, but sometimes I, like, go outside the line, so it's not like a, you know, black and white thing. There's areas of gray, because, you know, sometimes, you know, like, maybe not so much for guys, but sometimes there might be a girl that you wouldn't say is, like, maybe really super hot. You'd say she's cute, but then like once you get to know some things about her, it like makes her appearance go up. You know what I mean? Like makes you overall more attracted to her. So whatever, like that. So I've done things like that where, you know, like.
Well, what makes you attracted to a guy then that you could find out about the guy?
Insides. I really like people that are like musically inclined, like not somebody that just listens to like Seacrest Top 40 and country all day long. That drives me crazy. I like somebody that actually like has like a good like taste in music and like, you know, listens to like upcoming people. Like I like singer-songwriter kind of music, like alternative, you know, John Mayer, Ray LaMontagne, stuff like that. So I like people that like, you know, are kind of like always, you know, like curious about music.
The whole time she's been saying this, the whole time I've been thinking, could I lie and pass it off like I really am into that kind of stuff? Like, is there any way that I could? Is there any way that I could possibly go with that? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, you could try. So like things like that, that's attractive to me. People that are like family oriented, you know, like good relationships, that's attractive to me.
And you tend to go for these older guys generally.
Yeah, just because I mean the guys my age, you know, they're just it's like a different breed now. Like just from everything from how they dress, I'm not attracted to, and also too like even though I'm young, like. You know, from just the stuff I've like dealt with growing up, I'm a little bit like age, you know, wiser behind my ears, I guess they say. But you know, I do like rather in college or fresh out of college guys. Just I don't know, like they just have like a weird mentality that I'm not attracted to. Like you know what I mean? Like some don't really have goals, or you know what I mean? They're not motivated, or they're still like in the I call it the frat boy stage, like where you know they're going out and stuff all the time. That's not attractive to me. Like,
well, don't you drink? You work at a bar.
Yeah, but I don't drink that much. Like I said, like I had my moments, like my 21st birthday, where I learned, and then you know now, I mean, especially. Actually, bartending like ages you really quickly in that scene because you see it all the time. So
I don't know how people could. That's
really
one job I couldn't do: bartending and cab driver or a limo driver.
What?
Those jobs
cab
I couldn't. Yeah, because the only people you're picking up are drunk people. I couldn't do that. I mean, could you imagine the annoying ass drunk? I couldn't be a dealer down there at that casino either because it's the same thing over and over. Like playing blackjack, I hear the same dumb comments from the person sitting next to me. You know, like. If you have
when to hit,
no, I mean just like whatever their card is that they get, you know, and it's or if they always have to make a comment like if I make a hit, if I have like a 12 and then I get a 9, they're like good hit. I didn't do anything. It was the card that came out. I mean, it's so stupid.
And you have your people that will like lurk too. Like that's, yeah. I don't like the casino either. There's people that are like sharks. Like they will like watch how long you play a game, like go after you, or like say weird things like behind you, or they'll like if they see you're like winning or something, they'll stick around and be like, "Oh, good job, way to go," and you're like, "Who are you?"
That's
like,
just because you're a hot chick. No one does that to me.
I mean, well,
You kidding me?
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
But
right.
then again, I'm also playing the really uninteresting game. So if you're lurking, it's clearly because you know.
Have you ever been with a girl before?
No, I mean I've like had my lipstick lesbian moments. I've never like been with the girl. Like I've made out with the girl, but
Yeah, all right. So you've made out, but you've never had a
No.
girl touch your vag or anything like that.
No, and I never
You've
had a
never
threesome
touched
either.
a girl's vag.
Dude, you come in here.
Yeah.
Try this.
What?
Would you have a threesome?
Yeah, I think so.
You would.
With the right people, I guess, the right setting.
You do with a guy and another girl, or two guys and you?
I'd say guy and the girl because two guys is just it's weird. It's weird because I know it's weird for them, so that would freak me out.
I've done it. Wasn't weird for me.
What? You another guy? That's weird.
Well, I didn't do anything with the guy, but
you're
I
like
mean,
looking at his junk like the whole
oh
time.
please, guys look at each other's junk in locker rooms since we were 5 years old.
That's weird though. We probably pulled like the Eiffel Tower, or you're like high fiving.
Yeah, yes, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
See a girl like that's why. Actually, one of the girls I work with is lesbian, so I have these conversations with her all the time, trying to learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's never been with a guy, and you wouldn't believe she's a lesbian if you look at her. Like you really wouldn't. She's a really cute girl. So I'm like, really, you don't ever like maybe consider it? And she's like, no, like I've just never wanted it. And but she's had a threesome before, but she didn't do much with the guy. But it's true that like girls know what girls want, so it's. I mean,
So you would be willing to give it a try?
yeah, because I mean, it's
So, like, if you were
easier.
dating a guy for 6 months or something, and he goes, "Let's have a threesome," you think you
6
would do
months
it?
is a little early. I mean, that's
Oh,
that's
6
a, that's
months.
a little greedy.
You'd have to wait longer
it's a
than
little
that.
greedy. Yeah, I mean, well, my first boyfriend, like you know, we waited like a year and a half till we did. it. I know.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I'm pretty.
How many guys have you been with total then?
I plead the fifth.
Come on, give us. What are you talking?
Early.
What do you think? Wait a sec. Hang on. How many
Yeah,
do you think?
you
Started at
Dina?
18.
Right. She's 23
No, okay,
now.
so taking mine, I've had 3 serious relationships, and then of course also every time you break
yeah,
up.
but you were in a sorority, so that adds about 10.
Oh, hey, that's not.
But she's never had a one-night stand.
Right.
She's making guys wait a month.
Oh, but that's just a technicality that she's never had a one. She met the guy like a month ago over at Jenny's house, and then she sees him at the bar, a month later, and they go home and hook up. So that's what I've never had a one night stand. That's a technicality.
No, because I mean, the true one night stand is like I'm drunk at a bar. There's this guy across the bar. I'm going home with him. That's like a one night.
What do you think her number is, Dieter?
I
That's
think
easy.
I think 10.
12 is what I was going to estimate. What is it, Ashley?
Oh shoot! Now embarrassed to tell you.
Well, obviously
22.
It's higher now.
Right, it's higher than 12 for sure.
Here's my defense. So like I've had 3 serious relationships. There's already 3 right
Yeah.
there, and I was revealed in college. So there's that. It counted against me. Also in a sorority. But the thing is, like every time you break up with somebody, you go on your rampage. Like you got to rebound. You got to get over it.
Yes.
So those are like, I'm kind of like I wouldn't say I'm really emotional, but like all my relationships have been like at least a minimum of a year to like 3 years. So like if I'm
Quit beating around the bush. How many guys?
early 20s,
Oh, wow. So 20, like 24 or something, roughly.
little, basically like my age.
Right around 23 guys. So I mean, she knows that number right off the top.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I know all
she's
their
been
names
busy.
too, so it's not.
No
She goes
one
on
night
these-
stands, but
Yeah, she goes
No.
on these rampages, but there's no one-night stands in there. So what are you making the guy wait a couple months and then you
Well,
bang
yeah,
another guy?
because I gotta justify it. Like I wouldn't. And plus,
so
I
are
don't
you?
know.
You must be juggling multiple guys at the same time. Then, otherwise,
No, it was
mathematically,
kinda
this couldn't
like-
work.
Actually,
Right.
like I try to think about this too, because I'm like, really, how did I pull this all off? Because I'm, it doesn't make sense when
Right,
you say it.
18, you're 23, you've been in year relationships, couple year relationships. The numbers
She's got
don't add
multiple
up.
guys going on at the. Oh, yeah,
Well,
she's
I
not
never
fooling
cheated
me.
or anything, so it really was just like kind of some bad rampage.
Now, do you have a
But I'm-
do you have
but
a
I'm not like
breakup
that.
coming up anytime soon, where you can slut yourself up again and give us all a shot?
See, even if that may be true, it's changed now. Like I said, like the
Remember
whole,
that you're on camera too, so when you wink and you nod and you're saying that may be true and you're shaking your head yes,
Yeah, we all.
that
I
people
don't-
can
I
actually see
don't-
that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you going through? You have a boyfriend now?
Yeah, I do.
You going through a breakup or
a
something?
little bit of a rough patch?
Yeah.
little
So
rough
you're
patch.
getting ready to toss him to the curb?
Well, I'm not getting ready to slide it up. That's for one thing.
Wait, what's it over? Why are you guys fighting?
Lots of things. No trust, and
He doesn't trust you,
no, I don't trust him.
so he's
Yeah.
got girls on the side.
Lots of girls.
Oh, lots of
So,
girls.
Yeah, which
Jeez.
you know what? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this stuff doesn't mean like anything to him.
The
not,
calendar stuff.
Not
yeah.
that like I.
A lot of guys get jealous over that, and they get really bent out of shape. I've seen it a million
Yeah, but
times.
why would that inspire you to
I
go
don't know.
cheat? You know what I mean? You got like the trophy at home, but I mean, whatever. That's his own issues. But
Good. All right.
yeah.
So call it quits with him.
So
Slut it up again. I mean, my God, I have like a 50-50 chance of sleeping with her. Just if I happen to be within a 10mile radius of her,
Rampage.
chances.
That's
Right. I mean,
Rampaging.
yeah. Your odds.
I don't come out in like
odds
a
are good.
bulldozer and like take down the town. Like
That sounds like it.
no, I mean I had my moments. It's college, everybody does. But no, I'm like different now because I'm so like callous to being in relationships that like now I'm in that funk where like, you know, I can't like be like that. I couldn't rampage if I wanted to because I'm so like used to being in serious relationships that I can't like
No, I have a chance. I have a
Nah,
feeling you'll be
it's
able.
a big
Jay,
one.
you're on Rover's Morning Glory with Ashley, Miss Morning Glory, and then I've got to take a break and ramp everything up. Go ahead, Jay.
Wow, Rover, I'm shocked. Listen to this girl talk for the last half hour. I'm thinking, you know, you'd be able to count on one hand who she's been with in the last 4 years. She has been busy.
No.
Yes.
She is not prude at all.
No, I know. That's.
I bet you though, I will put money on that. I have the lowest numbers out of all the girls in the calendar. I will put money on that.
I
I
find
will
that. I
put
guarantee
money on
you
that.
that's not true.
No, I swear.
That's not true.
I
How
swear.
many guys has your girlfriend slept with, Dom?
Less than that.
Miss
No way.
what is it?
No
March or
way.
something? Your girlfriend? is?
Significantly
No
less.
way. She came out on the stage wasted, throwing boobies around. There's no way.
Yeah, you know what?
No offense.
You know, she does have a point. I mean, I saw the
Yeah.
girl up there
She was
grinding
dancing on
Vanilla Ice.
yeah.
Right. I mean, that
With
didn't-
the scary
Vanilla Ice.
clown.
That
There's
didn't
almost
touch the wall.
penetration up on stage with Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
but-
she had sex with 3 of Vanilla Ice's
There might have been
entourage
backdoor
on
action.
stage.
I'm not sure. We can neither confirm or deny.
Okay, slut. Okay, slut.
All right, Ashley is Miss Morning Glory. She is in the calendar now. She's on the cover of the calendar. She's Miss January as well. You can purchase that at roverradio.com. You can even see a picture of January there. The whole January spread at roverradio.com. So check that out and purchase your calendar up there now. And Ashley, I appreciate you coming in. I
Thanks.
guess we'll see you in Rochester
Yeah,
in
I'm pretty
about a
excited.
week or so.
Yeah, actually. Shoot, yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah. All right. Ashley is Miss Morning Glory. Thank you. I have to
Thanks,
take a
guys.
quick break. We will be right back on Rover's Morning Glory. Hang on.
Rover's Morning Glory.